Well, it's feeling like spring today. It's like 45 degrees out. Snow is melting everywhere. We're in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, ready to get some of the last rides of the year in.
Feels good to be back in the Midwest. They've actually had a pretty darn good winter this year. They got it early in December, and then they had it a little while ago, but we were just a little bit behind the POW. Still all right though. It's gonna be soft. There's plenty of snow on the ground, and we're gonna be able to get after it.
We love spring riding, so riding the slush like this is gonna be fun for us. We're hoping to find a jump today that scares us a little bit, my words. Build a big jump on the power lines or find something natural to hit. And then we're gonna go check out some tree spots that we've ridden over the years too. Feels good to be back in the UP. We've already had a couple people come up and say what up here as we've been parked in the parking lot, changing the track out on this sled. I destroyed my 154 track pretty good, so it's time to go back to a 146, which will be perfect for riding the UP here and riding this kind of snow.
I'm excited. We're gonna go try to figure out this old loop that we've got planned out. I went ahead on Onyx off-road and pointed out a couple of pins, dropped a few things along the way that I remember from years ago doing this. So we're gonna go try to link those things up. So we're gonna be using different tools within the Onyx app, like the route builder and especially the slope angle overlays, to be able to see these little nuggets of steep terrain that the UP has.
There's tons of great public land to ride up here, but you have to be careful. You have to know where you're riding because there's tons of private land too. So we're gonna stick to public lands today. We're gonna use Onyx to do that. It's a great tool. We highly recommend it. We'll share with you more features about that app later in this video. I think we're ready to go here. We made some clutching adjustments. We're bringing some adjustable clutching with us. Got the track dialed in on this sled, and the sun is shining.
No beacon check today. Feels a little weird.
Yeah, no beacon, no pack. It's gonna be nice for the shoulders.
Yeah.
Let's get after it.
First things first.
A pasty. It's the UP's finest delicacy. Known for being a pocket food for the miners back in the day and for sledders today.
Classic.
This is all very classic through here.
Dude, it sure is.
And now it's just all tracks.
Yeah. Was that like right here?
Where Tubbs crushed his sled?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Isn't this where you totaled your 15?
Yeah, dude, it was.
Should we go check out those trees?
Good, yeah.
like 10 years ago thinking that this hillside was really intense. Holy
We are in the creek holes of the UP, baby. Sweating it out here in 45-degree weather. It's fun though, not a lot of traction surprisingly. We're gonna get back on the power line and start making our way down a little further.
Welcome back to Ride with Works, Cook with Works.
Oh my God.
Completely kidding. We stopped at Krupp's this morning. We picked up some of the UP's finest. A delicacy not known many other places in the world. The proper pasty.
Yeah, I think steam.
She's steaming. Nothing like a warm meal out on the mountain. In the hills. Oh yeah. How many miles you got on that thing now?
I started today with 328. I know that because I was like, oh, I should send Speece a Snapchat. So like probably close to 400 now. We've been on 20 miles, give or take, today.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just broke 900 on this thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
This has been my primary sled this year. Actually haven't ridden a single day on my Polaris. Her time is coming though. I felt so comfortable on this sled that there's just been no reason to hop on anything else.
It's been really cool to see how you putting that 154 under the 46 chassis has performed in the deep snow. I feel like that's definitely proven itself so far this season, and now you got the 46 back in it and you're still rocking the same machine.
It's cool to see that coming from the factory too, in a sense, for
Yeah.
2026 from Skidoo, with a little bit shorter yet of a tunnel, which is essentially what I achieved this year. But
Yeah.
first day back on the 46 track length, and it's perfect for this UP snow. We want to give you a mid-season update on how our sleds have been too, and some of the little adjustments we made and things we figured out, and all the sick parts that we have on these things. Starting at the front, I've been loving the CNA Pro skis. They make this Skidoo so much more predictable when side hilling and just planting a ski and knowing how it's going to perform. They're also really durable. I would have bent a couple of skis by now.
Even just earlier, yeah, I was gonna say they are tough as nails.
When I hopped on your links with the TMX, I really noticed a difference there.
Yeah, I'm stoked at how they made a difference on that sled. The stock skis on the links are just so aggressive, and these are a nice in between. They really made that sled handle a lot better and made it feel kind of like a new machine this year, so I'm stoked.
Yeah, and the customization's cool. I think it really stands out. Like watching the clips back, you know instantly who's who when you see those skis up in the air. And
That's so true.
the performance I'm just really impressed with too as the
Absolutely.
season goes on here. Moving up, let's talk about the Fox shocks.
Yes.
Especially the suspension on that thing.
This thing has probably the coolest suspension setup of any sled that I've ever had. Much less ridden, honestly. This thing's got the Fox factory evolves with the QS3 adjustment up front and in the back. And in the back, this actually has the Thomas Racing Factory Glide skid. That thing's got a ton of adjustability. I've actually gotten the chance to mess around with it a few times now over the course of some of these rides. I'm starting to feel kind of what some of these adjustments do, and I'm stoked. This is definitely a machine that I wanted to have really good suspension underneath because it's something I'm going to be riding in marginal snow conditions, like what we're riding in right now. Some mashed potatoes, spring riding. Being that it's just an NA, this is my weapon of choice for the marginal snow and in the springtime riding.
I've been loving the Fox coilover QS3s on this sled. Super easy swap on the rear suspension, just bolts right up in the front and rear shock. And the performance is a lot better than the stock KYBs. This setup maintains the torsion springs, which I figured I'd try for a year. Wasn't a big fan of the torsion springs coming into this, but it seems to perform pretty well, especially through a lot of the stuff we're dealing with today. We had a chance to meet up with a bunch of other Fox athletes in Island Park for the Fox Factory team ride. We went out in one of our favorite areas in Island Park, and we got the chance to get on the snow with the legends Chris Brandt, Carl Kuster, Dave McClure, and a few other guys from the industry. It was an awesome experience, and the Fox Factory support this year has been unmatched.
As we can kind of continue on here, I just want to mention quick this new Skidoo frunk bag, as we've been calling it. These things are legit, man. I gotta say, compared to just the normal lid hood that comes on these things, you can fit just a surprising amount of stuff in this bag. I've got my shock pump, my clutching, a water bottle, a pair of goggles, all in this thing, which is pretty sick to just be able to ride with it right up there, especially in the UP where we don't really have to wear backpacks. So making the machine do the hauling. Moving back to the bars and talking about creature comforts a little bit. As I've gotten some miles on this sled, I've been running these RSI Boondoggler bars, which are different than the Slim Jims that I have on my links, and I've really been liking them. They don't have the narrow tapered ends to them to make it feel like the Skidoo Expert bar, but I actually kind of like that, honestly. Especially on the spring riding, I like to be able to grab the bar a little bit better. These have a pretty nice sweep, and I feel like they're a little bit wider as well, which I feel like is really nice for jumping.
Yeah, I've been running the same bar. I recently flipped my sled on the trail and bent them. So in a pinch, I'm running the stock bar right now, but one thing I noticed going back to this is I do like the bigger diameter. At first I thought I liked the smaller diameter, like the RSI Slim Jim had that I ran last year, and the stock Skidoo like Expert bar or whatever, but no, I'm a big fan of that setup right there. And I like the strength of the 1 1/8 inch. Even though I did bend it, it was a pretty unique circumstance, like being dumb and flipping my sled on the trail.
This seems to be a pretty nice height as well. I'm running the 2-inch pivot riser here, and then these bars have 2 inches of rise too. So it seems to be a pretty nice height. I had the 1.25 for a while. I think I referenced that in the sled build video, but this, there is a little bit of a sweet spot in there. I don't think all the way down is necessarily the answer. And then of course, the Monster finger throttles. which we've been running for quite a few years now. Love these things, love the grip that they add to the bars. I love having that grip with my thumbs and then having the little bark buster out in front too, in case you're smacking your finger off the sticks.
The finger throttle is a game changer. I'll never go back. It just makes so much more sense. And I was a hater at first before I converted, not gonna lie. It is a game changer being symmetrical on both sides. Under the hood, we've been keeping it simple, just running cans and clutching. Lighten the sled up a little bit, improve the responsiveness, improve the efficiency of getting that power to the ground with the clutching, and it gives us adjustability for all the different elevations we ride, like being down here this low. I'm running the sniper weights in here, and you've got weights that maintain the clicker, right?
Yeah,
the Gold Stars?
I've got the Bikeman Gold Stars in here. They maintain the clicker, and then they just have the pivot weight bolt. So you got magnets, pivot weight bolt, adjustability, and it still maintains the clicker. So I was able to make this thing work in about 5 minutes down here. Talk about some easy adjustability for sure.
One thing that's been awesome too is Bikeman's got really extensive clutch charts on their website. So you can go to their website and get that through Dropbox anytime, and they've got every sled, every track length, every elevation, and what you need based on your mods on there. Moving rearward, the RSI seat covers have been great this year. They're super grippy. We've been running these Can-Am link boxes on the back, which is like a nice hard box. Mine is falling apart. I had to weld the top shut with a zip tie.
They are nice little cases for sure.
Overall, been really happy with these sleds this year. As for 2026, I'm still not sure exactly what I'm going to order because they kind of put some of the features that I want on one sled and not the other, and vice versa. I really like the idea of a 32-inch front end. I've always thought the narrower the better, but that's not on the X, which has the new coilover rear suspension.
Yeah, I don't really know what the deal is there. It seems like a little bit of confusion, but we'll still find something, and the sleds are a big upgrade either way.
Yeah, so we will be ordering a couple Skidoos. The Polarises haven't come out yet at the time that we're shooting this video, so we'll see what they have to offer. And Arctic Cat. And we're still hoping for a Catalyst twin rail mountain sled, but I don't know if that's going to happen this year. So we'll be posting what we're ordering for 2026 up on Instagram and the other social media pages, so keep an eye out for that once we make up our minds.
That's the word. We're gonna rock on out of here. We've been riding the power line for the majority of the day so far, but we've got probably an equal distance to cover through the woods and navigating logging roads and all sorts of cool stuff. So
we've got a little bit of an idea where we're going, but this is going to be some true boondocking it. So let's go.
That actually got me puckered. Yeah, dude. That's about as sick of a pull as we're gonna get in the UP.
Yeah, man.
That was actually fun.
It was.
They got the blood pumping a little bit.
Dude, it did.
we did it. What an awesome loop, dude.
Yeah, man, that was fun. That felt good to be back in some of the old stomping grounds.
I can't believe how far we actually went. On Onyx, I was just looking at the track, and it was exactly 40 miles.
That's insane. Awesome time getting to mess around on the power lines and ride the last of this UP snow. It's going quick. We're sad to say it. We were hoping to get several more rides in up here, but it's just not looking good for the rest of the season here.
Fortunately, we caught it where it was soft enough to be able to get after it on this ride today. Super stoked. We love riding in the UP and can't really get enough of it anymore these days.
You can see how valuable Onyx was as a tool for us today. If you want to try Onyx for yourself, use our code Boondock20. There's a link in the description as well that'll take you to the discount page, and you can get 20% off any Onyx off-road subscription. So check that out. Onyx Off-Road has been a great supporter of this channel and is passing this discount along to you guys. So that's it for this ride up north. Thank you so much for watching, and keep an eye out for the next video.